Please hold. The Gong Show is commencing. Please hold. The Gong Show is commencing.
Welcome to the Gong Show. We're your hosts. I'm Zach, and I suffer from mesothelioma.
I'm Belle, and I don't suffer from mesothelioma. But tonight, on the Gong Show, Owen gets his back blown out, Cng Hockey goes on a bender, and we get targeted by chief executives.
All that will come later, but first, we have this year's EngFrosh directors, Michael and Owen.
EngFrosh is the orientation program that runs the first week of each year to bring incoming students into the engineering cult and family.
EngFrosh 2022 is directed by Michael and Owen. And to start off our interview, what is EngFrosh?
Well, that's a good question there, Zach. I'm glad you asked. Michael, what is EngFrosh?
Well, Owen, I'm so glad that you asked. Such a great question, honestly, truly. Some of the best questions I've ever heard honestly. EngFrosh is the first week of each year to bring incoming students into the engineering family. We run programming throughout the week, and we work with many different people to bring it to fruition. But in sum, it is the best 2% of the year. And if you disagree, then we can have a little chat after this.
Would you describe it more as a lifestyle choice or an experience?
EngFrosh is a lifestyle. You don't just get to go to EngFrosh and you got to live and breathe EngFrosh. It's a whole year-long experience, really. You interview for a facil position in March. You got to get in the zone. You get put on your team. You try to stay hyped through the summer. You get to Frosh happens, and you just keep talking your team out. It's a lifestyle. You wake up in the morning, you eat EngFrosh pancakes. For lunch you make an EngFrosh sandwich. For dinner you make an EngFrosh egg, or if you're vegetarian you eat EngFrosh mushrooms. It's really hard out there. Keep it the spirit, but it's not just a game. It's a lifestyle. Just like those weird hockey commercials would say, it's not just hockey. It's the 5th season. EngFrosh is also the 6th season. Yeah. But if you're not that into EngFrosh, we're also happy just to see you for the week. So it can also just be an experience.
So it's really up to you is the takeaway there. It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless you don't show up at all, in which case it's nothing.
It's a missed opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. That's the Sigma male answer right there. That's the Sigma grind set answer. Missed opportunity. Yeah. No, I think one of the things people don't really know about, think about when they go to EngFrosh every year is just how much work goes into it, not just for the week but year round. I mean, it's January and Michael and I have been doing interviews for planning people for the last 2 weeks now. We're putting in 2 throws a day already to make sure the week happens. So it's definitely not just the best 2% of the year. It's a very stressful 100% of the year, 98% of the year, and then a very good 2% of the year for people on planning. And I think a lot of people don't really know that or see that, and I think it's important that that's kind of part of the conversation, I suppose.
Love to hear it. Next question for you. Is beach day best day?
Man. Really going to throw me back to the first year memories where I actually got to see people. Now, this is really awkward. We have to answer this question. Michael, have you been to beach day?
I think I can actually sum up this answer pretty well for you, Owen. Beach day is best day. No further questions. Let's move on.
Michael, it's funny you say that because, for a conversation whereupon you said you did not go to beach day.
I don't think I ever said that. No. Beach day, best day. Yeah, that's it.
Michael, I'm pretty sure I remember you saying that you did not go to beach day, and
Is there
unfortunately, I
friction
also
in the leadership of EngFrosh?
did not go to beach day. I
I'm
went
sensing trouble in
rafting.
paradise.
I went rafting on beach day. So neither Michael or I could. Beach day could have been a giant barbecue for all we knew. It could actually that would have made it the best day. Beach day could have been everyone laying down and doing nothing all day for all we know. We weren't there in first year, but I can guarantee you that if our Frosh is in person, beach day will be the best day.
Is that a money back
That's a
guaranteed?
solemn oath. You can backcharge my ancestors on that one. You can go dig them
Really?
up in Scotland and steal their gold if beach day is not the best day of your entire life.
I thought the Irish were known for their pots of gold.
Well, they don't really get a monopoly on that one. Sorry, Irish. The Scottish are also pretty cool, and we eat a little bit of gold too. I hope.
Now,
Yeah.
on another note, Frosh rhymes with Josh. Is there anyone on the team with the name of Josh? Because then you could set up this wonderful Frosh Josh, or Josh Frosh, or Josh's Froshes, or Froshy Joshy.
Michael, are you named Josh?
I am not named Josh. Owen, are you named Josh?
No.
Then we don't have anyone on our team named Josh right now.
Ah, shit.
Then, why do you think that Frosh rhymes with Josh? There's got to be a reason.
Well, why do I think that it rhymes with Josh?
Yeah.
Well, because Frosh ends with Osh, right? And if you look at the word Josh, it also ends with Osh.
Yeah, but why? It can't be a coincidence.
I think there's actually another kind of deeper explanation here. At the base level, everyone really is Frosh on some level. We all live and breathe and sleep and have small nightmares about Frosh. So at the end of the day, really, all of us rhyme with Josh, as well as rhyming with Frosh.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've...
Really uplifting words. Thank you, Michael. Now, let's say we have a hypothetical situation here.
Oh no,
where,
I'm really bad at these
for the
questions.
sake of argument.
For the sake of argument, sure, yeah. That hypothetically and theoretically here, I was coming to Carleton first year, okay?
Aren't
let's say
also coming to Carleton for first year? Didn't you just say that at the start?
No, okay, and then hypothetically,
Okay.
let's say, just in this theory, I didn't want to do EngFrosh.
Oh no.
Now, let's just assume that was true. Let's just run with it, okay? If this was the situation, what would you say to me?
I would encourage you to, of course, come to EngFrosh anyways, because EngFrosh is one of the best ways to get involved, and it really solidifies you in the EngFrosh community and the Cng community, and kind of sets you up for a great year by giving you a great support network. But I obviously cannot force you to participate in EngFrosh, so have fun with CRS. They run events too, I think, during the week.
Events?
So you could go to their events as well. I hear
they are events.
They have a concert. We have the same concert. So I know they have that.
And you know it's a good concert because no one in EngFrosh chooses to go to it.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned support. So would you define this more as lower back support, upper back support, neck support?
Bro,
if you were
okay.
can you pull up a catalog of office chairs, please, and best describe the type of support?
So if you picture a Herman Miller gaming chair, right? And let's say that it is not just a upper or lower body support, but rather a full body, mind, and soul support. That would be the office chair level of support that you would get from participating in EngFrosh.
I believe that is called a bed.
Yes.
So, let's say hypothetically that I did do EngFrosh first year, and get this, loved it. How do I get involved next year?
There are many ways to get involved in EngFrosh for this year. By the time that this comes out, unfortunately, I believe heads interviews will have already commenced, which means it is too late to sport the one and only yellow colored shirt during the week.
Yellow!
However,
what Michael was trying to say is that facil interviews start on the fortifications will be out around the beginning of February. So you could apply for that because that way you get to be the same volunteers in blue. Those same individuals that keep you from feeling blue. The same people that make sure that your toes don't turn blue because you got too cold. The same people that keep you out of the blue water during boat races. Those people, right? The people wearing blue, that's what you want to be, you know? And I can't think of any more any more ways to use the word blue. So this is going to end now, and we should probably, Michael, what is a facility?
So a facil is someone who's there to facilitate the week. They have three main goals, and it's to make sure that the frosh don't get lost, the frosh don't get bored, and of course that the frosh don't get dead or injured. Obviously
And
that
the
has
frosh
never been an issue
violate.
for us.
Sorry.
But you know,
It's also important that the frosh don't violate the terms of the Geneva Convention.
yeah, we take war crimes quite seriously here.
Good to know.
Michael, anything else you want to say to Cng?
Yes.
All right. And Owen, any final message to Cng?
Did you know that Geico can save you 15% or more on your car insurance? No. In seriousness, though, Daniel, if you're watching this, you better get me a new crock pot because that one is busted now. Also, Max, if you're watching this, I really hope you're home and not God knows where. I know you're watching this because you're here right now. I hope you can grill some good burgers in the future. I also thank all my fans in the Cng community. You guys have really been important to me and getting me through to this point. I couldn't have done it without you. You know, I couldn't have made it through second year. You know, I'd like to like to thank all my professors, even John Rogers. Everyone did a really good job teaching me to hit school to get to this point. All my TAs too, except the mech and aero ones. The mech and aero department good. You know, they tend to do this thing where they just like take off all your marks if you miss a period. But the DOE TAs, you guys are rocking it. Keep giving me 100%, even though I made 5 mistakes. You're doing great. Finally, I'd just like to shout out the mouse living under the Dines fridge named Timothy. He's a cool guy. You know, I get to see him a few times, and he eats up the scraps that we leave out.
And now it's time for Are You Smarter Than a Civil? Buster Silly Biggs has been an EngFrosh head, Leo's manager, Iron Times editor, and Flight Suit committee member. But he is in civil engineering. That's right, gross. So how much does he really know about Cng? Listeners, answer these questions along with him and find out, are you smarter than a civil engineer?
Question 1 for you. What is the name of the yellow steel structure found outside the Mackenzie building?
Well, according to my good friend, Jack Vandenberg, the man, the myth, the legend, it's a civil teaching aid.
Is that your answer?
Final answer.
Wrong. It's a thing.
Civils. Which of the following is not sold at Leo's Lounge? Leo's Lounge stickers, pizza pops, Dr. Pepper, or ice cream, sandwiches or sandwiches?
Final answer, Dr. Pepper. What kind of doctor do he even be, though?
Medical, I believe. Or perhaps he has a PhD in engineering. He might be a prof here. Aaron,
I'm not
can
sure
you Google
who
that?
gave you the audacity to come in here and question his credentials, but
He's not a civil prof, that's all I know.
Well, he is spicy to say the least.
well said, Zach. Question 3. What is the best flavor of muffin that can be purchased for 75 cents at Leo's Lounge?
Well, as someone who's eaten quite a few muffins, and who happens to be familiar with the man of muffins, I would have to say that the top tier of muffin is a muffin that includes the ingredients, which assumed in one form. I think it's the Raisin Bran muffin.
Honest to God, I've never had a muffin there. But would you describe yourself?
Do you
as
agree
the
with
muffin
me?
man?
No. On a fundamental level, I don't agree with you.
All right.
I believe we are asking the questions here. Would you describe yourself as the Muffin Man?
No, but I know of the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin
The
Man.
Muffin Man.
Where does the Muffin Man habitat? What is the Muffin Man's natural habitat?
I'm pretty sure he lives on Memory Lane.
Wrong. Okay, 0 points for that question. I'm
0
sorry.
points. I believe you're currently 0 out of 1 out of 3.
Are you kidding me?
33%. That might fly in civil. We have a 60% pass grade here. What is the room number for the lecture hall in the center of 3300 block?
I think. Do they ever serve pie there?
In the lecture hall?
In
Yeah,
the lecture hall?
in the lecture hall.
Maybe.
I would have to get a source on that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do people give lectures in that hall?
Allegedly.
Are you buying time because you don't know the answer?
Shut up. I think it's 3380.
Wow, that's correct.
Yeah.
Um,
For
correct.
the old fellas in the audience, you might remember Fred Nietzsche. He's a jolly, cute old man.
okay.
All right. Shout out to any old fellas in the chat. All right, next question. What is the square root of 4,761?
I thought I wasn't gonna have to do math in this interview. I thought we discussed that before. But
Here, can I try again?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay. What's the square root of 4,761 tons of concrete?
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I believe 69 tons.
Wow.
That is correct.
Yeah. No, it's pretty easy to visualize it if you know the.
Which
cross-section.
C-Eng musical had the songs "Sri" or "Environmental," "Don't Get Dead," "Don't Get Lost or Bored," and "Real C-Eng Babe"?
I think it was Legally Conk, right?
Ooh, I think our
Try again.
sources say otherwise.
Who are your sources? As far as I'm concerned, I got every question right so far.
It was legally C-Eng.
What?
Yikes.
All right, next question for you. What does CPRT stand for?
It's like Carleton.
Bold choice.
What's the second letter again?
P.
Wait, can you say the second letter twice in a row?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Can you say? It'll help me answer. Could you say the second letter twice in a row?
CPPRT.
Oh my god. I think the second one's planetary. And then
Okay.
you said R is the third one.
Yeah.
Robotics.
T.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is.
T. Eam. Let me help you.
Carleton Robotics Planetary T.
Oh.
Close enough. We'll give you half grades. We'll give you part marks. You
CRPT.
showed your steps.
Yeah. Thank you. That's the kind of marking I'm used to.
What's the next question, Zach?
Which school comes to visit Carleton during the event EngLove?
EngLove happens at Carleton, right?
According to my sources.
So it would make sense that Carleton would be the one to arrive, right?
Bolefius caught us on a technicality. You know,
I didn't answer yet.
On the Gong Show, we award outside the box thinking, so we'll give it to you.
Oh, cool. All right. I wasn't even done answering, but I'll take it.
Okay, I guess so. Next question. What is the event where flight suits take over the CAF in Residence Commons each semester?
I believe that is called ResCAF Invasion.
That is correct.
Wow. Now to go back to basic English, who wrote the ABCs of calculus?
I think it's either Elmo or Angelo Mingarelli.
Elmo, well known for his published works. But yeah, it was Angelo Mingarelli. Now, Belle, do you have a score?
No, I do not, Zach. But let me tell you, that's all 10 questions. So folks at home, were you keeping score? Are you smarter than a civil engineer? Now, before you go, Buster, I must ask, do you have anything you want to say to C-Eng?
Pi equals 5, motherfuckers. All other civil engineerings are wrong. All other engineerings are wrong. Civil is the only
audio,
true
please.
engineering that has existed
Our
in
producer is
all of
telling us
engineering.
to cut this video. Okay.
All right.
And
All right,
remember,
you
if you're
host?
still listening at home, a 60 is a pass here.
Welcome back. We are here now with Maddie Hamill, who is head coach of the Cng Hockey Team. The Cng Hockey Team competes in a local league and ESCOs, the Provincial Engineering Society hockey tournament.
So what is Cng Hockey?
So it's a team comprised of students in the Faculty of Engineering and Design. We put together a team in the mid to late fall that competes in a league in Ottawa. And that preps us for the ESCO tournament, where we, as a rule, when the tournament was still ongoing prior to COVID, performed super well, made it to a lot of the championships and placed super high. The team's a lot of fun to get out with and to come to games if you don't necessarily play hockey.
That's awesome. Are you any good?
Am I any good?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm a bad hockey player. I go out a couple times throughout the season and jump on with the team when we're short of players, but I play on another team that's in a lower level division with some of my friends.
So CSES VP External, Davis Moore, oversees the team and is supposed to watch your games. Is he doing a good job?
Yeah, Davis has been doing a fantastic job of supporting the team. He's actually come to quite a few games. Some of the games have been pretty late at night, which is pretty reason to expect people to come to the 11 p.m. games. But Davis has made a point of coming to games, checking with the team, and hyping up the team to other people to try and get a crowd out to watch. That's
good to hear. Now, would you describe yourself first as a mathlete or as an athlete?
Answer honestly.
Oh man. I would have said in high school I was an athlete. I played a couple different sports in high school. Hockey was my main passion. Since coming to university, it's more transferred over to the mathlete, and sports haven't been as much of a priority. But yeah, it's definitely switched after coming to university.
Mathlete to athlete pipeline. At ESCO's tournament, what are the others like, and who's your favorite to play against?
Due to COVID, I haven't had the opportunity to go to an ESCO hockey tournament. My first year with the team, we were actually packing the car about to go leave for the ESCO tournament, and then the entire world basically shut down. That was like March 2020. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to go. There are quite a few really top contending teams that always compete super well with us. From what I know, Ottawa is kind of like the favorite one to play, obviously, because of the rivalry I have with them. But Laurentian, I think Laurentian's closed down now or whatever, but they were also like a top team to play against.
Now, we asked some hockey guys, some rink rats. I believe I used that terminology wrong about hockey stuff to ask you. And we have an image to show you and would like to get your take on it.
Okay.
Just your honest thoughts and opinions on it.
Well, that's a bender if I ever saw one.
Now,
Thank
to
you.
the audience who has never played hockey, could you define bender?
What a bender is? That's someone who might not be the most proficient in skating. They don't tie their skates properly, and the term bender basically means that their ankles are basically touching the ice because they're caved in.
From what you know, which engineering stream on average is the best at hockey?
I would say biomed mech, and that's from a pretty biased standpoint, but we can figure out how to skate the fastest on the ice and make the best hits.
And which one would you say is the worst?
Civil, I would think.
Any
'Cause-
reason or just...
Probably because they don't know that much about moving objects.
All right, some other hockey guy questions we have for you. Where's the worst place you've ever taken a puck?
Oh man, I'd say the foot. I think the foot is the worst spot just because there's not a lot of protection or padding. Usually right on the top of your laces.
How dusty is the equipment?
The Cng equipment, or just in general? Because
That's up to you.
Cng got a brand new set of jerseys last year, ready for the the next ESCO tournament that we're able to attend. I say they're not dusty at all.
And what is your favorite chirp?
Oh man, I'm not a very big chirper. I'm trying to think of a. Usually just calling someone a bender, to be honest.
Sounds effective. I feel like I'd be hurt if somebody called me a bender. According to the NCAA in hockey, a Gong Show means a game that gets out of control from big hits or high scores. Would you say that this Gong Show we have right here is a big hit or a high score?
I'd say so. It's pretty entertaining. It's built up quite the rep over the last number of years, and from previous years in the videos I've watched, it always seems to be a good time and get a little out of hand to make things more fun.
Oh, thank you.
Hell yeah.
We're almost at the end of our interview. And how can people get involved with or watch the team?
Yeah, so currently with the COVID restrictions, there aren't games going on right now. Hopefully be starting back up sometime in February. But there's a Facebook page and an Instagram page. On Instagram, it's Cng Hockey. If you remember the Flight Suits page, Davis, the VP External, or myself make a point of posting when game times are and the location. And if you ever want to get more information on the team, you can also email Davis and he can send you in my direction, or you can try and get in contact with me on any social media. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Wow. Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me.
And now, get your mind and body ready for studying ASMR.
Bro, I might fail fluids too. Do they offer it for the summer? What is this? What does this even mean? There's no fucking lecture slides. Fuck.
Where are my notes? I know they're in this notebook.
Hello and welcome back. On now we have Simon from CUInSpace. CUInSpace designs rockets that launch to 10,000 feet at competitions in Alberta and Spaceport America in New Mexico each year. Simon Wind Tunnel Gala is the president of CUInSpace.
Hello, hello.
Now, hi. Can you tell us what is CU in space?
Well, See You in Space, as Zach kindly introduced us, is in fact Carleton's rocketry team. We do a whole lot related to rocketry, building, designing, launching, trying not to blow ourselves up. And yeah, we represent Carleton at 2 different competitions. One is called the Launch Canada competition, and the other is called the Spaceport America Cup. Both of those happen in the summertime, and hopefully this year we will get to launch our rocket twice to 10,000 feet.
Now, I believe this is our most important question of the night, but is the world flat? You could check. Have you checked?
I have not checked. Unfortunately, I have not yet developed the technology to launch myself about 100 feet in the air in a steam-powered rocket, but I'm sure that there are, or there were, Vegas-based limousine drivers who could test that theory for you.
All right. So, would you consider yourself a round earther?
I'm more of a Velociraptor Earth kind of guy, but you know, round Earth works as well.
All right. To each their own, I guess. Next question for you. What's with all the salami?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. Now, this is more than just a questionnaire. This is an interrogation.
Yeah, I recognize we're not in the States, and I recognize that the Fifth Amendment has nothing to do with the fact that we're in Canada, but I plead the fifth. No. Salam, well, you can use just about anything that will burn to make a rocket engine, and so our long-standing goal is to shoot a rocket into the upper atmosphere using an entirely salami-based fuel grain.
I hope the name for that is a pork-based pun. Now, for the serious question, what are the top 5 places to work with composites?
Not my basement.
Wow.
Okay, so there's one non-place.
Top 5 places to work with composites. Definitely the composites lab at Carleton has got to make the list. Garages on Flannery Drive are also high on that list. Potentially barns in southern Ontario. New Mexico desert gets a honorable shout out.
Do they produce wonderful smelling fumes that you can huff?
It depends on how you're doing it.
Well, then I'm there. Now, this was something we were talking about a little bit before. Can you tell us, in your opinion, the most aerodynamic food?
Ooh, I mean, a salami is up there, man. Like nice and sort of blunt ovoid shape. That's got to be pretty close to generating some lift. I don't know, man.
Where would you place, let's say, the most famous of ocean crustaceans, the lobster, upon this list?
Somebody's run a really nice fluid simulation of a lobster before. I think it scored pretty highly. There was not a whole lot of red in that simulation.
Now, what if we told you that a lobster is actually more aerodynamic than a 2010 Jeep Wrangler?
Oh, I'd believe that. Brick-shaped things are not aerodynamic.
As the president, would you recommend the Jeep team to consider design inspirations from the most humble of crustaceans?
Yes, absolutely. Without question, they should incorporate antennas immediately.
All right, I'll be looking out for that in the 2022 model.
Specifically as a diktat. I am not allowing them to make any design decisions. As a president, my presidential decree shall be you shall incorporate grippers and antenna onto your new Jeep.
That's all I've ever wanted, honestly.
And if you boil the Jeep, it should turn red. Them's the rules.
Yep.
Them's the rules.
100%.
Written in the stars. So our last part here, we've got a bit of a game show for you. A little A versus B. We're going to see, do you know your rockets? And if we give you 2 rocket names, which one is the real one?
Oh boy.
So to start off, we have see you later or see you on the other side. Now, very similar
See you
names.
later is the real rocket.
Wow.
All right, immediate. Our next one here is Chef Boyapogi versus Raisin Branson.
Raisin Branson. No, Chef Boyapogi, the true rocket.
We have been apparently saying it wrong this whole time.
That is true. We have been saying it wrong. How about that?
Our next one is Yeet Fast versus I Can't Believe It's Not Supersonic.
Yeet Fast might be coming up, but I Can't Believe It's Not Supersonic is the true rocket.
Correct again. All right, next up we have Orbital Redenbacher or Aunt Geminima.
Man, oh man, those are some good alternative names. No, Orbital Redenbacher is the true name and has a rip-off Twitter account that is not run by CU InSpace.
Our next one is the Tragic School Bus versus Projectile Dysfunction.
Nah, dick jokes don't represent the school very well. So, Tragic School Bus is the true rocket.
You appear to know your rockets very well.
I may or may not have just gone through all of them, so correct.
He studied. So far, you are our best guess so far. You studied.
I've got pages of notes in preparation for this show. Don't you worry.
We are having technical difficulties with my co-host Belle, who, although this is taking an audio format on our screens, we can see her staring at a screen motionless. And she has sent a message saying that her Skype has quit. Yes, we are recording this on Skype. I do not know why.
Michael, you can cut this out, right? Sorry for more work, but
I don't know.
Okay.
Leaving it in its gold.
The deep stare into the abyss. Oh, there she is.
Don't know what
Hello, Belle.
happened. There was nothing happened, and then all of a sudden I didn't have Skype anymore.
Lovely.
So
I believe it is the revenge of projectile dysfunction.
it must be.
I don't know. I was going to say it was the Jeep team coming to harass me for making them put lobster components onto their Jeep.
They're onto us.
And that's the end of our questions. So to end the interview, how can people get involved with the team?
Well, if you actually want to get involved with the team, we have a Discord link. That is linked at the top of our Instagram page, which is Carleton U InSpace. So you can find us on Carleton U InSpace on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter. And then join our Discord link. It's where we hold our meetings and where the general team is run through. So
I believe there is also a link to it in the MAAE Block 3300 Discord.
that sounds about right. There is indeed.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Could even say it's been a bit of a blast. Little rocket pun for you there.
That's a nose breathing sigh right there.
Damn, I wish my average was higher.
Has this ever been you?
Yeah,
Bad grade got you down.
yeah,
Parents on the verge of disowning you.
yeah!
Thanks to the generous souls at the Carleton Senate, you can now SAT a grade.
What's an SAT?
Nobody knows. Google Carleton SAT form and look. Submit it and then you won't have to change to Sprott.
Wow, thank you, Zach Swift.
You're all good, fam.
Please hold. The Gong Show is commencing.
Produced by Aaron Aerospace Vanden Emden. Edited by Michael Silvera. Music by Charlie Brockman. Special thanks to VP Publications Nadia Zuckerberg
Please
Scratchy.
hold. The Gong Show is
The Gong Show is a
commencing.
publication of CSES, the Carleton Student Engineering Society. Two engineers walk into a bar. The civil engineer says to the other, "Let's build a bridge." The rude engineer says to the civil engineer, "Fuck you."